Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the 10th installment of the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project's Stay Healthy at Home webinar series. We appreciate everybody joining us this afternoon. It is quite gorgeous outside, so we appreciate you taking the time to tune in to There is No Place Like Home, online resources to keep you engaged. Just as a reminder, we do appreciate you participating today. I'd like to give everyone just a couple more seconds to log on and get situated. We're expecting a nice group today. I want to just remind you all that the handouts tab on your panel will have a full set of the slides that we will be reviewing together today, as well as a two-sided resources page. So the different programs and events and resources that we're going to discuss today as a group are reflected on that resources handout in the handout section. So it's a PDF, you can download it right now. Alternatively, you can wait for the email from us. So we'll email you in just a couple days with a full slide set, the resources page, and a link to review this recorded archive webinar. Okay, so moving on to introductions. My name is Ashley Ritchey, and I'm the director of the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project, which is a program of the Arc of New Jersey. My team and I support a statewide network of individual self-advocates and self-advocacy groups. We also coordinate the Healthy Lifestyles Project, which is a program that is dedicated to helping students and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities learn about all different aspects of health and wellness. If you're interested in learning more, please visit the Healthy Lifestyles Project website. We welcome questions and comments throughout the webinar, and I will be sure to dedicate a portion of time at the end of the webinar to address any questions. Just click the Questions tab on your panel and let us know if you have any questions, comments, or feedback. And as a reminder, we do polls. A couple polls will be posted throughout the webinar, so we'd love if you could just weigh in and give us your opinion. We like to hear from folks throughout. So today we will really focus on the many fun, creative, educational, and innovative digital resources that programs have been developing for self-advocates, family members, and staff. I would say that we cover some super fun, complex topics here at the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project, but prepping for today's webinar was a unique challenge because there is so much amazing work going on. There are so many incredible resources, different types of virtual programming, great social media content being posted. There's just so much out there that it was almost overwhelming to think about putting together this 1-hour presentation. So we don't want to leave anyone out, but it would just be impossible to highlight all of the amazing stuff that's going on in an hour. So please continue to search for really cool stuff that's going on in your state and beyond, and share the cool stuff that you find on your social media outlets with your network, because I know people are looking for stuff to do, to stay engaged. And we promise to keep promoting and sharing the awesome stuff that's going on here in New Jersey to support students and adults with disabilities, as well as across the country. Also, just a note, the information that we're going to discuss today is current and accurate as of today. But before scheduling your day around any of the activities that we talk about, it's always a good idea to touch base with the organizer or check their website or social media outlets for updates. And the information that we talk about today is not an endorsement or an entitlement. We just really wanted to share some of the great resources that we've come across. So we just want to celebrate some of the great work, the great events, and the work that's been done to bring self-advocates online during the stay-at-home order, which in New Jersey was just lifted moments ago. Very exciting. So let's kick it off with a poll. I'd like to know, what is your virtual meeting platform of choice? All right, and we're going to wrap the poll right now. So just about to close. Let's share those results. So we're split between Zoom and GoToWebinar, GoToMeeting. I am certainly happy to hear that a lot of the folks on this webinar today do enjoy GoToMeeting, GoToWebinar. We like this platform. This is certainly not an all-encompassing list of virtual meeting programs, but these are some of the most popular ones. So we are split between Zoom and GoToWebinar. Very interesting. And a lot of the stuff that we're going to talk about today, you know, the platforms that agencies and programs are using do differ. So some of us are using maybe all of the virtual programs that we just mentioned here in the poll, but there are certainly many others. The New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project does use a lot of different platforms to continue meeting with the groups and the individual self-advocates we support. Of course, we're using GoToWebinar. Also, we are big on social media. This is one of our quickest ways to stay connected to our network and our constituents, whether it's direct support professionals, self-advocates, family members, or just supporters of the self-advocacy movement. So we want to make sure that we're still here for you. This is an infographic that we created to just, in a snapshot, kind of show you the things that we're still doing. And also we host a weekly brain games. So we choose a different game each week and we have fun with it. It's a different way to exercise your brain, but also stay connected. We use a program, we've used a website called Jackbox to choose different games that we can play as a group. And again, it's fun. It's a way to just stay engaged, stay active, and it's hard to be bored when you have board games. So feel free to check that out. And also another thing that the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project and the Arc of New Jersey remain committed to is sharing information about very time-sensitive action alerts. So these are, this is an immediate way to advocate on an issue of importance to the self-advocacy community, to family members of folks with disabilities, and direct support professionals. So the most current action alert that we've shared is #WeAreEssential. This is a way of pulling together the stories of all of the work that's being done to support folks with disabilities nationwide. So this is a way to share your story. You can click this link. This is a live link. I certainly don't want you to leave the webinar now, but just keep in mind, when you get the email, you can click this link and it'll take you right to the website to share your story and to basically tell members of Congress what it would mean to get the support and show people who support people with disabilities, direct support professionals, and family members that we are essential and we need to be included in the next coronavirus relief bill. So action alerts are really critical. And as I mentioned before, our Healthy Lifestyles Project is a way to educate students and adults with disabilities about many different aspects of health and wellness. So not just the physical health, we talk about things like stress management, but also communication skills and making sure that we're prepared to communicate on different topics with people in our lives. So as part of our Healthy Lifestyles Project, we've taken to social media to post different meal prep tutorials, healthy snacking videos, and we have a weekly schedule of social media posts happening. So our training and technical assistance coordinator, Kelly Mulvaney, has done a fantastic job of posting different videos. So Meditation Monday is a great way to kick off your week with a little bit of stress management, a little bit of time to center yourself and get ready for your week. And we also have Animal Yoga Wednesday videos that go up every Wednesday and Superhero Yoga Fridays. So feel free to check out our social media accounts, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, to check out those videos. And an overview, I want to provide an overview of the New Jersey Statewide Self-Advocacy Network. My team and I support the network, which is the largest self-advocacy organization in the state. It is made up of 5 different regional councils. So you can see here it's broken down into 5 different areas. And the advisory board of the Statewide Self-Advocacy Network continues to meet every month. We've transitioned to Zoom, but we did start off on Ring Central. So Ring Central allows, a larger number of folks to be essentially on a conference call together. And once folks got comfortable with that, we did transition to video conferencing using Zoom. So the members of the Statewide Self-Advocacy Network are still meeting. We're still hosting the 5 different regional council meetings every month, as well as the board meeting, which is made up of the different elected leaders from the 5 councils, as well as independent advocates who are appointed to leadership positions within the councils. So if you'd like to know more about that, how to get involved, feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to share information. The meetings are free and open to any self-advocate who wants to learn more about self-advocacy. So this is a recent snapshot of the Council 1 self-advocacy meeting. The folks who are members of Council 1 are from the northwestern portion of the state. So we've got Sussex County, Warren County, Hunterdon, and Morris County. And again, the members are really comfortable with Zoom. It's a great way to see each other and stay connected and continue to advocate, weigh in on those action alerts, even though we've been separated. Typically we were meeting once monthly in person at a hospital. That stopped in March. So since then, we have been meeting virtually to make sure that we're still doing the work that needs to be done. And the Self-Advocacy Project supports that Zoom meeting. So we create the meeting, we create that calendar item and share it with the rest of the group and provide technical assistance as needed. But also the direct support professionals have been so supportive and fantastic in making sure that advocates are comfortable using the platform. So here's a link to our socials. And I hope you'll check us out. There's some really great stuff going up on Instagram and Facebook, and we're just doing our best to stay connected. All right, another quick poll, 1-minute poll. I'd like to know what type of content you actively seek out when you're online. Okay. So again, we're split. We're split between advocacy campaigns and sports. So sports teams as well as different physical or fitness activities. But also a lot of folks are looking for that meal prep, the cooking tutorials. Very cool. So head on over to the Self-Advocacy Project's Instagram page where you can see those videos. Erin has done a fantastic job of posting very accessible, very clear, concise videos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as snacks. So thanks for participating in that. Who doesn't love food, right? Okay, I'd like to move away from New Jersey for a second. So PACER is an organization that is based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And in doing research on the different resources that were available, I came across a great list of all of the different live streams that they're hosting. So again, this is a live link. This details the different topics, dates, and times. But I thought it was really cool that PACER is focusing on really neat, really innovative topics. Appy Hour. So apps to help young adults with disabilities learn about and manage their own money. I know this is a priority for a lot of the self-advocates that we work with. A lot of folks fight against the idea that they shouldn't be able to hold their own money or, manage their own money. So this is a really, really cool, timely topic. And then there's one on assistive technology coming up, different educational apps for young children. I'm sure parents would love to check that out, as well as the Tech for Teens Club. So this is just a couple of the topics that they're going to be covering in the next few weeks. But I would definitely recommend checking out their website, pacer.org, to see if they're going to cover a topic that you'd like to participate in. And they're free. It doesn't cost money to participate in these live streams. So some of the things that we're going to talk about today do have a price tag attached, but some of them do not. So I want to make sure that we check that before we, commit to anything. Some of it is free, totally free, no cost, and some does cost money. Okay, so moving south to Austin, Texas, the Arc capital area, which again is based in Austin, Texas, has a super awesome social media presence. I know all of us here at the Self-Advocacy Project are excited when they post different events that they're involved in and different classes that they're hosting. They've done a great job of transitioning the services that they were providing in person to a web-based platform. I've posted their website. This is their homepage here, their Instagram page, as well as their Facebook account. And I took stills from their homepage. They're doing different classes on expressive arts, as well as overall arts education and active recreation. So I see some yoga going on. It's really exciting stuff. And just to delve a little bit deeper into some of the other virtual programming that they've implemented, they have what is called the Personal Career Qualities course. So that's a 30-minute virtual class, and it runs from 2 to 3 p.m. on Thursdays. So registration is required, and it looks like they have used the WIOA grant to provide some of that funding, to provide financial assistance to folks who want to get involved. Now, again, we're not, I know a lot of the folks that are on the call today are based in New Jersey. So part of the reason that we wanted to highlight this particular program that is going on in Austin, Texas, is to basically inspire some other programs. Maybe you want to build this type of course into your programming. So again, I would say do the research if you're interested in doing something like this. But I just thought it was a really, really inventive, a nice way to build in the pre-employment and employment training that happens in person. It could still happen online. So 30 minutes of a virtual class and then 30 minutes of a networking group to practice those soft skills. So I just thought this was awesome. Again, this particular program, since it is hosted by the Arc capital area in Austin, Texas, it may be limited to Texas residents, but that doesn't mean that something like this can't be implemented and recreated somewhere else in the U.S. So a little bit more about the Arc capital area's virtual education. It runs Monday through Friday, 9 to 2. And again, it covers those different topics that we mentioned before: arts education, expressive arts, and active rec. So they actually do post the cost of the course on their website, which I like. I like transparency. I like to know what would be expected of me if I wanted to enroll in something like this. So we want to make sure that, again, do your research if you are a program manager or admin who wants to implement something like this at your program. This may give you an idea of what's the going rate for different services like this. And they also host a job prep course. So again, it's totally virtual, hosted on Fridays from 2 to 3 p.m. And it focuses on the class sessions. So planning your career, what are your goals, resume building, job seeking, filling out applications, and also the interview process. So this is, again, a weekly session that I know a lot of folks are that want to build up their skills now while they may be spending more time at home. Now is the time to prep those kind of things. If we want to get a job, once we're able to get back into the employment fields and get back out there, I think this is a really cool idea that you can build those skills while you're still at home. So again, this is a live link to the Arc Austin's website, their virtual programming website. And again, we wanted to highlight this just because we thought it was a really great way of bringing that necessary programming online. These kinds of things can't really wait. And now is a really great time to build those skills. All right, let's head up to San Francisco. The Arc of San Francisco actually has a dedicated remote learning website. So the Arc SF Hub, the Hub, is their remote learning website. And we'll get into the details of that in just a second. But as you'll see, they're also active on Instagram and Facebook. So there's the links for those. But let's delve a little deeper into the Hub. So I really, really like this website. They have a section where, here it is, just click on a subject below. Which of these topics would you want to learn more about? It contains great resources, different virtual resources available on all of these different topics, which is awesome. So I click technology, right? And again, you just click this box and it brings you to this page. So they've done a nice job of combining infographics as well as videos, very accessible videos. And I really liked that they included kind of takeaways, printable worksheets. So this was all about this particular topic right here, all about social media. So the Self-Advocacy Project, we host a similar training on social media etiquette. And we're living more of our lives online. It's really necessary. I thought this was a really cool way of kind of putting everything in one place. And again, accessible, open to self-advocates, and based on topic area. And I also really like that they have a chat box. So you can just click there, ask them the question that you want to hear about, and they'll get back to you during their business hours. If we're on the East Coast, just keep in mind they would be 3 hours behind us. But again, I thought it was a really, really cool resource, and it's free. Just click your topic, and there you go. And I delved into the Arc San Francisco's Instagram page a little bit and found out that they have a friendship line that they host every weekday during program hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And there is a member of the Arc SF staff who is on the call just to, provide assistance or monitor the conversation and make sure the topics are appropriate. And I just thought that was really cool because, again, some folks we found do not have access to tablets, computers, things like that. But most everybody has a way, has maybe a landline or a mobile phone where they can participate. So I thought that was really neat. And a lower tech way to stay in contact with people and potentially meet people from all over the country and meet self-advocates from all over the states. So I really like that. And again, this is something that it's open to anybody. You can participate in if you're, this would be a long distance number since it's in California, if you're in New Jersey. But I wanted to share this because, again, I think this is an idea that could be replicated throughout the state. It could be replicated throughout the country. So I thought that was really cool. I also wanted to highlight a local chapter of the Arc here in New Jersey, SCARC, the Arc of Sussex County. The team over at SCARC has done a fantastic job of putting together a virtual day hab. They were kind enough to share their calendar with me so that we can highlight it in this presentation. But if you go through, you'll see that there is a wealth of information that's being shared. They're covering nutrition, they're covering self-advocacy, they're covering health and safety, sign language. There is super fun stuff going on, very educational, learning about different cultures. I love it, and I love being a part of it. I was really happy to be invited to present a weekly session on a topic related to self-advocacy. And again, it's awesome to be able to see the folks that I would normally be hosting workshops for in person. It's really great. We can't be in person right now, but it's still great to see everybody and also be able to field questions. And they also use Zoom, which has worked out really, really well to host this particular day hab. And again, this is how they have created their day hab, and this is based on the topics of interest to the advocates they support. But I post this because hopefully this is inspiring to some program staff who might want to create something similar at their own agencies in New Jersey and beyond. So they've actually broken down the week into different topics, but there is a break built in because I know Zoom fatigue is real and we want to make sure people have time to live their lives offline as well. But it's a fantastic program. I think they've done a really nice job of making sure to check in with the advocates and see what topics they're interested in learning about and putting together just a really comprehensive program while day programs are still closed. All right, let's move on up to Edison, New Jersey. The Alliance Center for Independence is one of the CILs, the Centers for Independent Living here in New Jersey. So different CILs are situated throughout the different counties of the state, but the Alliance Center for Independence is based in central New Jersey. So while their office is closed, they have done a great job of moving their work online. So they are offering different programs via Zoom, as well as posting content on their Facebook page. This is what you'll see if you go to their website. And again, their website URL is included in the handouts, webinar resources PDF. And to answer one of the questions that just came in, a CIL is a Center for Independent Living, CIL. So this is actually some of the upcoming events that they're going to be hosting, as well as weekly scheduled events. Let's start with the Creative Writing Group. This happens on Zoom. It will be happening tomorrow, Wednesday, June 10th from 1 to 3 p.m. It is free, but like anything else, if you enjoy the program, it's always great to donate or support it. They also have, speaking of employment services, a resume writing workshop. So that'll be coming up next Tuesday, the 16th from 11 to 12:30. And they also have private singing lessons. How cool is that? Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. That is by appointment only. So again, you would need to reach out to the Alliance Center for Independence at their website, which is right here, active link, live link, also included in the resources handout. But I think that this is really cool. Again, they're blending fun, creative activities with those critical life skills, resume building, and employment prep. And just to highlight a couple more activities that they'll be hosting, we're looking at the online resume assistance program. Again, by appointment only, so make sure that you contact them directly if you are interested in doing in participating in the online resume program. And if you're participating in these different programs, feel free to throw that in the questions box if you would recommend these type of programs. We'd love to hear from advocates. They also have a coronavirus peer support group, very timely. That's happening Mondays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock. Fun Fridays, 12:30 to 2, and finally Cooking Wednesdays from 1 to 2. So again, I believe the majority of these programs are free, but it is also important to check in with them and make sure that if it's by appointment only, that you set the appointment so a staff member is available. All right, I'd like to highlight some of the work the Arc of Monmouth County is doing. The Arc of Monmouth County is super active on social media. We follow them on Instagram and Facebook, and I just took a snippet of some of their latest Instagram posts. I mean, there is some really, really fun stuff going on. I found out about the friendship line through the Arc of Monmouth's Instagram page. So you'll see here, there's a small graphic of the Arc San Francisco's friendship line. So I think that's awesome that advocates from New Jersey are reaching out to advocates in San Francisco and vice versa. Really exciting. I wanted to highlight a scheduled weekly event that they've been hosting on Zoom. which is their virtual yoga and fitness class. I love yoga. I think it's fantastic. I think it's for everybody. So this is the information. If you'd like to check out their class on Wednesdays from 7 to 7:30, again, it's available on Zoom. This is the link. And this is the meeting ID and password that was on their rec website. So again, the Self-Advocacy Project team, big fans of yoga. I think it's a great way to get your body moving and to center yourself. And I think it's really cool that the Arc of Monmouth has implemented this option for the advocates that are in Monmouth County and beyond. So feel free to check in with the Arc of Monmouth if you have any questions. This is hosted by a local chapter of the Arc here in New Jersey. And again, I think that, part of today's webinar, our goal was to share cool stuff that's happening so that it inspires you as a program staff member or supervisor to implement this stuff. You can do this on Zoom. Zoom is a paid service. You do have to pay for Zoom. There is, of course, they do offer 40 minutes of free Zoom programming, but there's also other options that are no cost or lower cost. So you can look into those if you were interested in hosting a fitness session for your chapter or for the advocates you support. The Arc of Mercer County, moving across the state now. I came across this video on their Facebook page. A member of their team hosts a super awesome, heart-pumping soca session. So I would recommend checking this video out if you want to get, your heart pumping, get your sweat on. It's awesome. So there's a team member over at the Arc Mercer named Ty, hosts the session. You see social distancing is in effect. There we go. We've got our personal protective gear on. And this is something that the Arc Mercer is offering free. It's on their Facebook page. Anybody can check it out. So here's a link, live link to their Facebook account. The Arc Mercer offers many different types of programs to support students and adults with disabilities throughout Mercer County. And I just thought this was nice that, it's a way they were doing this on Motivation Monday, hashtag Motivation Monday, to just get everybody up and moving and get ready for the week. All right, moving right on to Easterseals, New Jersey. We also follow Easterseals New Jersey on Instagram. I wanted to highlight a recent bit of content that they've been producing as part of the hashtag I Am Essential campaign. So this is basically Easterseals' way of highlighting the different stories of direct support professionals who have been supporting residents with disabilities throughout the stay-at-home order during COVID-19. They have, I believe, 6 or 7 different interviews with DSPs and residents, and I think it highlights the amazing work that's happening in terms of residential and programming, and might also give you an idea of how to highlight and celebrate the hard work that your staff is doing as well. Again, we have the hashtag We Are Essential campaign going on for Congress, but this is a nice way to just highlight the different stories that might not otherwise be heard. You can promote that across social media. And during the month of May, Easterseals New Jersey did a fantastic job of celebrating Mental Health Awareness Month. So they had different infographics and different information posted all over their Instagram page about how to stay mentally healthy during a quarantine. Because again, physical health is not the only aspect of living that healthy lifestyle. We need to make sure that our needs are met in terms of emotional health and psychological health, and treat those mental health conditions as needed. So I really, really enjoyed the content that Easterseals New Jersey produced during the month of May. So why not give them a follow? Here is their Instagram account right there. Check that out. And they also had a link tree with a bunch of great resources. There's one specific to deaf and hard of hearing persons. And again, tips for improving mental health during the COVID-19 stay-at-home order. I think this stuff is relevant even beyond the stay-at-home order, which again was just lifted moments before this webinar began. But I really appreciate the work that they're doing, not only to support folks with disabilities throughout New Jersey, but to focus specifically on mental health awareness. And I'd like to share some information about the Arc of Somerset's virtual dog walk / jog. Who doesn't love dogs? I mean, I was in as soon as I read that. This is a virtual fundraiser. So it means that you can participate at any time of the day, anywhere from the 1st of June through June 20th. All you would need to do is share your race time, walking photos, bike trail photos, hiking photos, or treadmill results with the Arc of Somerset County. So again, this is a free event, but like anything else, if it is available to you and you enjoy the programming, do your best to support those types of programs. In the nonprofit realm, that's always appreciated. So this is just one example that a local chapter of the ARC here in New Jersey, this is something that they put together, whereas typically local chapters would host in-person walkathons. That is one of the big fundraisers for the local chapters here in New Jersey. I know different states and different chapters do different events, but the walkathons are incredibly popular here in New Jersey. Due to the stay-at-home order, that is not happening right now. Most people have canceled larger events. Most people have postponed those larger in-person events. So the Arc of Somerset County got really creative and asked that people participate in a virtual walk, jog, hike, or dog walk. So they will be giving different prizes, different recognition for different contest options. So best walk or scenic route, fastest run time, most miles walked, or best dog walking photo. So check that out. And again, we include this not as an endorsement, but more as a way to highlight a really creative way to kind of pivot. We're not able to meet in person, but we can still get together online, celebrate the good stuff that's happening. So I hope this inspires you. I hope this might get your creative juices flowing to see how you can host something virtually at your program. And this particular social distancing virtual race is hosted by an event in Canada, but it's the You're Not Alone social distancing virtual race. They've done a great job of branding their campaign. I really like that. And also, because it's virtual, this is something you can post on your socials to get people motivated to participate. It's free to participate. They even send you a bib that you can print out and wear on your shirt as you're running around your neighborhood, jogging around, and a printable medal, which I thought was really creative. So again, free, open to anybody, any day, any distance, anywhere. And it's something that may motivate you to implement a little bit more physical activity into your daily routine. So again, this is included on our resources page. Feel free to check that out. All right, moving on to Special Olympics New Jersey. I checked out the Special Olympics events page, and they have a whole bunch of different options happening virtually. A lot of the folks that we work with here in New Jersey were super disappointed that the summer games were forced to be canceled. But Special Olympics hosted virtual summer games, so that just wrapped up this past weekend. And I know a lot of the self-advocates we work with were involved, and that's so awesome. But they also, Special Olympics New Jersey also hosts virtual fitness classes, as well as virtual yoga and a whole host of other events. We've included their links, and this is also a live link to their website, so feel free to check that out. And again, to my knowledge, most of this programming is free and open to anybody, so it doesn't cost anything. They have other fundraising events that they host to benefit the Special Olympics athletes. But I thought this was really neat. And also, I wanted to highlight the virtual zoo school hosted by the Cape May County Park and Zoo, which personally I think is one of the best kept secrets in New Jersey. It's a county zoo and park, donation based, and when the zoo closed, they started bringing the zoo to you. They were posting different videos on their Facebook page and created the virtual zoo school. So you can learn about all of the different animals at the zoo. Again, they have 37 different videos to learn about the habitat, behavior, and all different facts about all the different animals at the zoo. So feel free to check out their Facebook page for zoo updates, as well as to learn a little bit more about that program. And this is very recent, but they're also doing personalized zoo shout outs. So check that out. That's super fun. And you can find them on facebook.com. Again, Cape May County Park Zoo. So a lot of what we've talked about so far is scheduled events. Maybe they take place on a certain day of the week, just like the Self-Advocacy Project has our Meditation Monday, Superhero Yoga Friday, that kind of thing. There's also stuff that you can do for free at your own pace. So the Simple Dollar is a website, and they publish an article with 103 different things to do on a money-free weekend. The person who put the article together basically said that they had decided to implement a family rule that they would have a money-free weekend every so often, maybe once a month or a couple times a year. So they came up with a really comprehensive list of things to do without spending a dime. So feel free to check that out. We have that on our resources page under the handouts section. And the Science of Well-Being is a free course offered on Coursera. The Science of Well-Being is actually Yale's most popular course ever. Yes, Yale University. This is a free course hosted by Dr. Laurie Santos. So it's fantastic, and it's at your own pace. It's 10 weeks of recommended readings and videos and different activities to basically implement different strategies into your own life to help you feel better, to find a better sense of well-being. So very cool. We're linked to that. And again, it is free. You're not graded, and you can do it at your own pace, though they do break down weekly recommended tasks and different activities. And finally, this is a website dedicated to 1,000 things that you can do during COVID-19. And it's broken down into different age ranges, whether you're looking for something for your kids, your teenagers, or you're an adult that just wants to do something fun. So I took a snapshot of, this was from today's schedule. So some of the times are off. The class is not happening at midnight, but if you click on the link, if you click, if you click here, this is a live link and it'll bring you to the website, and you can pick your day and then click this link to find out a little bit more about the particular class that you want to join or the workshop you want to join. A lot of these are free. Some of them are paid. So you want to just double check before signing up that you're comfortable with the cost. And if it's free, just make sure. But there's a lot of great stuff. And actually, Wheaton Arts is based in New Jersey. So they're doing different family art workshops. You can see that different agencies are hosting different tours. The San Diego Zoo has the live giraffe cam. How fun is that? So again, this is just an idea, something that you can do. You can pop on. Some of them take an hour. The hip hop dance class might be an hour, but maybe you just want to pop on and break up the monotony of your day and check out the giraffes in San Diego. So again, these are different things that you can do at your own pace, at your leisure. And I was so excited to hear about a dozen of some of the most famous museums in the world offering virtual tours that you can take from home. So Travel and Leisure website put together that list of the 12 museums. So if you click here, that'll bring you to links directly to the museums themselves. And again, if this is something that's of interest to you, there's no better time. You might have a little bit more time on your hands. You might have a little bit more of an opportunity to check in on your hobbies. Maybe you've always wanted to visit the Louvre and now is the chance. You can do that virtually. And again, all of the URLs, the website information is usually included here on the slide, but it's on the resources page under handouts. Google Arts and Culture is a website that, again, pulls together great resources related to arts and culture. So if this is kind of up your alley, if this is something of interest to you, they've got a lot of different cool information, as well as a scavenger hunt and different activities where you can like turn your own selfie into a work of art or learn about the 8 locations that inspired masterpieces. So where did the artists who painted these famous masterpieces actually do that? So it's somewhat trivia, somewhat just fun, scavenger hunt, creative endeavors. So definitely you can check that out. These are free. These are open to you. And again, this is a live link and it will be included in our resources page. Virtual tours are happening. There's the Louvre in Paris. We've got the Great Wall in China, the Eiffel Tower, and there's actually a simulated tour of Mars. So these tours are truly out of this world. They're free and they're guided by people who either volunteer or work for these different really famous sites. So you'll hear about really great information about the history of these sites and about the artwork, contained in the museum. So, oops, I think that my audio might be cutting out just a little bit. Okay, and it is back. Thank you for the heads up. All right, so these virtual tours are again here. Here's a link to find them and also check the resources page. So I'd like to open it up to, any questions that we have at this point. If you have a question, a comment, any information that you're basically looking for, feel free to put that information in the questions box. And I'm going to go through and address some of the questions that we have already received. Someone mentioned that there was a Facebook group moderated by the Progressive Center for Independent Living called Summer 2020 Disability Camps, Activities, and Alternatives in New Jersey. And this person says that's been really helpful. So again, PCIL's Facebook page, check that out. And also, one of the self-advocates on the call today mentioned that the council that she's a member of, Council 3, so that's in the kind of central region of the state. Council 3 represents Middlesex, Somerset, Monmouth, Mercer, and Ocean counties, I believe. They have been hosting a conference call without video because that has worked out for most of their members. So again, there seems to be an option for everybody. If you want to go with just the conference call option, that's great. But if you can, you might want to look into the video conferencing option. That's something that Council 1 did incorporate into their last couple meetings, and it's worked out really well. Someone recommended the creative writing and singing lessons hosted by ACI. That's awesome. Someone just put a plug in for the SILS program at East Stroudsburg. Very cool. And so happy to hear that the peer support groups hosted by ACI have been helpful as well. That is awesome. Oh, what if I don't have a dog? I think this was in reference to the Arc of Somerset County's dog walk and jog. That's okay. They're just saying that dogs are also welcome. So it's okay to participate solo, just you hiking or walking or jogging your neighborhood, but dog photos are also welcome. Oh yeah, and someone just mentioned different dance parties that are happening across the country. The Arc of San Francisco, I believe, did host a dance party. I was looking for a little bit of information for that online, but the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project, we posted different playlists. So our most recent team playlist just went up on YouTube a week or so ago, so feel free to check us out on YouTube to listen to our playlist. It's all about celebrating the season and just moving into summertime, and we're really excited for that. And dancing is a great way to just like get active, get your heart pumping, burn some calories. So feel free to check that out. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so again, if you'd like to sign up for our email list, this is a live link. You can click here and it'll bring you to our constant contact page where you just input your information. We welcome any questions, comments. We have a couple more minutes here on the webinar, but I did want to just share the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project social media outlets. We're happy to share information for any of the programs that other chapters of the ARC or other community providers are hosting. We're always happy to promote and share good stuff that's going on. And finally, this is all of the resources that we talked about today. So if you have any questions about the particular programs that were highlighted, it's best to contact that organization directly, the organization that's putting on the event or putting on the virtual meeting. And certainly, I hope that if you have any questions about the work that the Arc of New Jersey is doing, feel free to reach out to us directly. And again, these slides, a recording of this webinar, and the resources will be emailed directly to you within the next couple days. And as always, we really, really appreciate everybody's participation. We hope that you will tune in again with us next week for our next webinar, next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. And I appreciate the participation and questions and comments and support. So thank you so much. I hope everyone has a great day.